This is Neil Ratner Rock Doc here on WDST Radio Woodstock with another episode of This Week in Rock with support from Transcend Dental and my friend, the amazing dentist and rock star Bruce Milner. Visit Transcend Dental, his stunning new office at 2 Maverick Road on the corner of Maverick Road and Route 375. Musician, singer, and songwriter Kate Pearson turned 78 years old this past week. Kate is not only a founding member and vocalist of the B-52s, but she also played keyboard as the band's primary keyboardist and performed on keyboard bass during live shows and on numerous recordings. This, along with Pearson's distinctive, wide-ranging singing voice, remains a trademark of the B-52s' unique sound and differentiated the band from their contemporaries. Pearson earned a journalism degree at Boston College and traveled around Europe, where she worked as a barmaid in the UK. Upon returning to the U.S., Kate moved to Athens, Georgia, where she lived on a farm and earned a living as a paste-up artist in the type shop of the local newspaper. And as Pearson explains, living around Athens presented numerous opportunities for creative development.
And so when the band started getting together, we hung out as friends at first, of course, just had a bigger group of friends. And we would just crash parties and we would wear crazy clothes and dance crazy and drive people disco dancing off the dance floor. So it was just a real kind of atmosphere of creativity because there was space. There was so much space to be created because there was no other bands, no clubs, really no bars, only a few places. It was a folk club. So really to entertain ourselves, we started writing. And all of us had dabbled a lot in music. I had a folk protest band in high school called the Sun Donuts. And Keith and Ricky were writing and Cindy sometimes sang with them and Fred jammed on poetry with Keith, and, we all had kind of interfaced, but we were really inspired because there's so many creative people here. And the art school at the university had, there were a lot of students that were trying to let their freak flag fly, but there was no real place. So when we started the band, wow, all our friends were like dancing and so excited. And one of our friends, we were playing this house party and she just screamed, "I can't believe this is happening here in Athens, Georgia," because it just was unexpected. And once we started, all these other bands popped up, and REM and Love Tractor and Pylon.
The name B-52s comes from a particular beehive hairdo resembling the nose cone of the B-52 bomber, which Pearson and Cindy Wilson wore in performances during the band's first decade. Bandmate Keith Strickland suggested the name after a dream in which there was a band performing in a hotel lounge, and Strickland heard someone whisper in his ear that the band's name was the B-52s. Their first single, Rock Lobster, recorded in 1978, was an underground success, selling over 2,000 copies, which led to gigs at CBGB and Max's Kansas City. In 1979, after signing a deal with president of Island Records Chris Blackwell, the B-52s flew over to Compass Point Studios in the Bahamas to record their debut studio album, with Blackwell producing. The band was surprised when Blackwell said he wanted to keep the sound as close as possible to its live sound, and so he used almost no overdubs or additional effects. The B-52s song Roam, produced by Nile Rodgers, was released in 1989 and became the band's second and last top 10 hit. Kate Pearson sings the first verse, Cindy Wilson sings the second, and both perform together on the chorus, bridge, and third verse. Okay, let's listen. The B-52s and Roam.